Everybody, welcome back to the Nerd Talk podcast. My name is Vance, and as always, I'm here with my good friend Alex.
Yo.
Now, as most of you may know, or at least I hope you know, Doctor Who premiered last night. Unfortunately, I didn't get to see it, but Alex did, and he's dying to talk about it.
Dying to talk about it. I'm going to regenerate anyway. I'm
Oh,
sorry. All right.
wow,
So,
that was bad even for you, man.
yeah, I know. But
So,
this episode I'm not going to spoil anything. I'm not going to talk about details of the episode.
this
What we're
episode is
talking
going to be more geared towards, discussing the future of Doctor Who. Like I said, I haven't seen the first episode, so I don't know how Peter Capaldi is doing as the Doctor. Alex does. What we're going to be discussing is really the future of Doctor Who and how, the previous Doctors have really impacted.
Yep.
Um,
And honestly, after watching the episode last night, which I actually might watch after I hang up with you because I still have it recorded and I can still watch it. But anyway, Peter Capaldi is bringing a lot to the Doctor, and it's really cool to see. Honestly, like, I'm a major Matt Smith geek. Like, the 11th Doctor is my favorite. I love the 11th Doctor.
and I'm not going to lie, David Tennant was my favorite Doctor.
David Tennant's
But,
everyone's favorite Doctor. Good God.
but to all their own, to all their own.
I understand that. It happens. But anyway, the thing about regeneration episodes, it's always hard to see the guy that you're looking at as the Doctor. I couldn't do it with Matt Smith for the while. I was still hooked on Tennant, and to me, Matt Smith is nothing but a stranger. He wasn't the Doctor. He was just some dude in a TV show. And it took me a few episodes. I think it took me until, I don't know, the third episode of his first season, maybe the fourth one, to really accept him as the Doctor. But with the episode last night, it was boom, Capaldi was the Doctor, and I could feel it. And that never happens.
Right, and David Tennant is the stereotypical. I'm not gonna lie. David Tennant is the stereotypical go-to favorite Doctor. He was
Right, he
everyone's
is.
favorite Doctor because
He's
he was probably one of the funnier Doctors, and he actually had the longest-running tenure of any Doctor.
and not just that, he's also he's what really brought Doctor Who to America. He's what made it popular here.
Right, like Christopher Eccleston made a pretty good impression. He was only around for a single season, but he made a good impression and really kind of revitalized and brought the show back to life after a pretty long hiatus.
Oh yeah, after
Let's say
nine years.
10 years.
After
Yeah.
9 years of hiatus, the movie came out in 1996, and after then, there were no episodes or anything. So it was about 9 years of hiatus.
Yeah, and then
Eccleston brought it back.
yeah, he brought it back, and it was in pretty good force. Eccleston made a good Doctor, but unfortunately, he stuck around for a single season. He didn't like the role. I don't know how you could not. And then we
Well,
got David Tennant.
the thing is, if you're not a fan of Doctor Who, which he wasn't, he would only watch the episodes for the regenerations just to see where they were taking the show.
Uh,
But he was never a fan of Doctor Who, and he was really only in it. I guess for the money. Honestly, if I had to guess, I don't know exactly why he did it if he didn't like the show.
Which is why I don't like him as a Doctor. I didn't like him
Right.
as a Doctor, and I don't like him really as an actor.
I think if you're gonna play the Doctor, you have to have an appreciation. You have to have been a fan of Doctor Who,
Yeah.
because you can't capture the spirit of the Doctor if you don't like Doctor Who.
And the thing I'll have to note is Eccleston. I guess that really played to Eccleston's advantage because he was the Doctor right after the Time War.
hmm
And so he has all that rage and anger against everything. He's probably one of the more vicious Doctors
Yeah,
we've ever had. One of the more
he's
passionate, I guess I should say.
one of them. Honestly, if you ask me, Capaldi is the darkest Doctor, and I've only seen him for an episode. But holy God, like him in that episode, you forget you're watching Doctor Who after a few minutes, because oh my God, he got dark.
Yeah, you're not. I've been seeing bits and pieces and articles and stuff about how Capaldi's supposed to be a really dark Doctor,
And he is. Oh yes.
and the thing about Doctor Who is it's always been it has its serious moments,
Oh,
but it
of
also
course it
keeps
does.
up the mystery and comedy. You know, I'm
And
not I'm not used to a dark doctor.
right, and oh, don't get me wrong, Capaldi still had his moments of hilarity. Oh, I was laughing last night,
Like,
but there he has his moments of comedy. But Capaldi's taking the Doctor in a new direction. He's making him darker. He's making him, um, he's making him mysterious. 2,000 years of space and time, and it's starting to show.
oh
He's
yeah.
starting to wear down. He's not taking any crap anymore.
No, he's like the old guy you see sitting on his porch, just yelling at the kids whenever they do something really trivial.
Pretty much.
You know, the
He's
get off my lawn.
he's the crotchety old man, but he's still funny. He's still kind-hearted. He's
Right,
still the Doctor, and
right,
that's the important thing.
right.
And a lot of people are hating on him because he's old and he's not attractive and he's not, good looking or whatever. But
That's the thing. The
honestly,
doctor doesn't need to be.
right. Well, what I think is people are teenage girls, and I'm not saying it's every teenage girl for anyone listening about to snap my neck. I think a lot of teenage girls are only watching Doctor Who for the handsome young man. And I'm,
And
again,
that's the thing about David Tennant.
yeah,
He was probably the most popular doctor because, in the minds of all the teenage girls, he was probably the most handsome.
not gonna lie, he is pretty cute. But seriously, I
That
want to reiterate.
that took a turn that I didn't expect.
I'm gonna reiterate. I understand not every female Whovian only watches Doctor Who because of the Doctor's attractiveness. I get that. There's also more to watch in Doctor Who. There's more to enjoy it for.
Right, right.
But a lot of people are mad because he's not what the Doctor was, and that makes me mad as a true Whovian
Me too.
because he's the first Doctor was the same age as Capaldi.
Really.
Yeah, they're the same age.
The first doctor, what was his name?
William Hartnell.
What?
William Hartnell.
He looked so much older. And
Yeah.
I always found it funny because the first Doctor was played by the oldest actor, and the oldest Doctor was played by the youngest actor.
Yeah,
But now, I can't say that because it's Capaldi.
because Capaldi is now the oldest. Technically, he's like over 2,000 years old.
Right.
But
The oldest Doctor is played by the oldest actor. Now it all lines up.
when Matt Smith was, he was the oldest Doctor, but he was the youngest actor.
Right.
And honestly, William Hartnell, from what I've heard, I've never actually seen any of his stuff because I have no access to it. But I've heard he was a very crotchety old man.
Oh yeah.
He was a very angry Doctor.
Oh,
But
he
I've heard
was.
I heard there's also some of his. Yeah, I think he also had some pretty funny moments. And I think every Doctor has actually had that. He's the crotchety old man, but he's also the energetic little kid.
Right. And
And that's what's cool.
and Doctor Who almost died really young. When
Mhm.
the first Doctor that played him, he got sick. Only after like a season.
Yeah.
And they were like, "What are we gonna do? I mean, people love the show. What are we gonna do?" And then they came up with the idea of regeneration.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
a little
that's-
history lesson for you. That's how the show almost died. And then
And
after the
it-
1996 movie, people thought it was dead, but
Yeah.
got brought back in full power.
and it's actually funny because when he regenerated for the first time, nobody knew how to react.
Yeah, because
They're
all
just
I
like-
knew was Hartnell.
Yeah, it's like, what's going on? And I'm pretty sure the people that were introduced to Doctor Who through Eccleston, who knew nothing about it when he regenerated, were just like, what?
Yeah. 'Cause,
But
it wasn't
Yeah.
it wasn't brought up right away that Eccleston was the Doctor right after the Time War. It took us a while to realize that a Time War had even really happened. I
Yeah.
mean, I assume because I haven't seen the movie, so I don't know really how it went down. But from what I
the
understand,
Time War is not included in the movie. What they did was they used the Time War to explain the hiatus.
oh, okay,
That's what happened. Yeah.
that's the only reason they came up with the Time War. They killed off
Pretty
all
much.
they killed off all the Time Lords just to explain a 9-year hiatus. Brilliant.
Well, have you how caught up are you on Doctor Who?
I'm all the way caught up. I know how it is. I know what's going on.
Okay. So spoiler alert. We should probably include that in the description or
Oh
something
yeah.
of this video. But a spoiler. But spoiler alert. If you
Spoiler alert.
haven't caught up all the way with Doctor Who,
Hold on,
you
Alex.
might
We'll give everybody a minute to kind of pause the video or look away or take off the headphones.
take off headphones. But
Okay, go.
okay. But the 50th anniversary, they've brought Gallifrey back.
Oh yeah, and I'm excited.
And I'm pretty sure a lot of Capaldi's run as the Doctor is going to focus on
finding it,
trying to find Gallifrey, which I'm super excited for.
Well, I mean, we've ran across the other Time Lords quite a few times,
and
they always appear to be douchebags. They're always trying to take over Earth or replace Earth in place of Gallifrey.
God, I really need you to watch Deep Breath because I need to start talking about it because there's so much crap I got to discuss. Anyway.
In due time, Alex. In due time.
In due time. I get excited about this show. Not gonna lie. Doctor Who excites me too much. But
you should probably go to a specialist about that.
Yeah, I probably should.
If it lasts more than 4 hours, consult your physician.
Oh my god. Can I consult my doctor?
That's what a physician is.
But no,
I get it. I'm stupid.
Thank you, Vance. Thank you. But you want to know how bad my addiction to Doctor Who has gotten?
Please do tell.
I have a friend whose birthday was this past week, so yesterday he was going to take a group of people to a water park, and I almost didn't go because I didn't want to miss Doctor Who. I am totally fine with skipping out on a social life to watch Doctor Who.
Wow, Alex.
It's kind of depressing, I know.
Right. Now,
I ended up watching the episode 2 hours after it premiered, and I would not have any distractions whatsoever.
Like, I started texting Alex to talk about our podcast ideas. And he's like, dude, I can't talk. I'm watching Doctor Who. And I'm like, marathon? And he's like, no, it's a new episode. I'm like, that's today?
Yeah, Vance didn't know about it. He was... Anyway, Vance, it's every Saturday at 8 o'clock. Okay?
I know.
So, every Saturday at 8 o'clock, do not try to contact me. I will not respond to you.
6 my time.
Like, it got so bad that I would not text my own girlfriend when Doctor Who was on.
Alex, this is kind of stuff you don't want to be bringing up because that's bad. That is really bad.
We ended anyway, so it doesn't even matter. But for any future lady, for any future,
I think I might have figured out your problem. I think I might have figured out your problem here, Alex.
For any future girlfriends of mine, if you're listening, if Doctor Who's on, I don't want to hear you talk. I'm kidding.
Yeah, that's a great sales speech, Alex.
Oh yeah, I'm a good person.
You make a great sales rep.
If Doctor Who is on, I don't care what's going out in the world. Nothing's going to interrupt me. Nothing at all.
Now,
I don't care if there's an earthquake or a volcano or meteor. I'm going to die happy.
He's going to die doing exactly what he wanted to do, watching Doctor Who.
Exactly.
Now, on an earlier topic, when we're talking about Matt Smith, I really started watching the show right about the time Matt Smith came on with, might have been his second season. It wasn't the one where, spoiler alert, the Doctor died.
Mm-hmm.
It was the one with the God complex, that episode.
Oh, that's I actually have that on DVD.
So do I.
That's shoot. It's Series 6 Part 2.
Yeah, that's the part. That's where I came in. That series.
Yeah, that's a good series. I like that one.
To be honest, I was kind of freaked out when I had never really watched Doctor Who, so seeing some of the episodes, especially the one where they get sucked into the dollhouse, that one freaked me out.
Yeah, Night Terrors. That's freaky too.
That one freaked me. And then Alex had the bright idea to show me Blink.
If you don't watch Blink in a dark basement at night, you're doing it wrong. That's what I did.
I watched it. Funny story. I actually watched that episode with my lights off, with my window blinds closed, on a dark and stormy night. How cliche.
Yeah, when I first got into Doctor Who, I had a neighbor, one of my neighbors was very into Doctor Who, and she owned the first couple seasons of David Tennant's run. She had from when he started to the last episode with Martha.
Actually, you know what? I think you let me borrow your Doctor Who DVDs, and that's what I first saw.
No, did I let you borrow
You let
the
me.
Ninth Doctor?
It, I believe I saw. Yeah, yeah. It was.
It would have had to have been because that's all I owned at the time.
Yeah, it was Christopher Eccleston, his run. I managed to
Yeah,
watch all that.
that's what that's what I
Are
would have
you
let you
my
borrow
mummy?
because, huh?
Are you my mummy?
Are you my mommy? But no, the
That
neighbor
episode
next
freaked me
door.
out.
I started to talk to her about Doctor Who because I think the first episode I'd ever watched was it was Victory of the Daleks actually.
Was that the one
But
in World War II?
yeah, World War II, Winston Churchill, the
Yeah.
robotic dude, and yeah, that was the first episode I'd ever seen because I was homesick one night and Jerry, if you remember Jerry, obviously.
Oh yeah, Jerry.
Jerry, he's a good friend of mine. For those of you who don't know Jerry, he's also a big Doctor Who fan. He would always talk to me about it.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, Jerry loves Doctor Who.
I had no clue.
Oh yeah, he's what got me into it. That's why I watched Doctor Who because of Jerry. But I was homesick one night. I was by myself. My family had gone to my cousin's birthday party, and I had nothing to do. And Doctor Who was on, and I was like, I might as well give it a go. Jerry talks about it. He said I should watch it. I'm going to do it. And I watched that episode, and I was hooked from there. Obviously, I had no idea what was going on because I started the second episode of the 11th Doctor. So there's a lot of backstory I had to catch up on.
And
But my
now,
neighbor,
and
huh?
now look at you.
Look at me.
You're probably
But
one of the
then
biggest Doctor Who fans.
I actually have this book that I call the Doctor Who Bible. It's everything you got to know about Doctor Who.
Speaking
It's
of
awesome.
which, I actually, you're gonna think I'm crazy. I actually have a book. It's like just a diary, basically, and it's River Song's diary.
Dude, that's sweet. No,
And there's
it's
actually
just
at the FYE down the street. There's actually a Doctor Who encyclopedia. It covers every creature the Doctor has ever faced, every
mhm.
incarnation of the Doctor, every incarnation and interior design of the TARDIS. Oh my God, it's amazing.
I need that book. The one I have is called Whoology, and it's just a
They have that too.
Yeah, it's a compendium of just a bunch of miscellaneous stuff. And I've learned a lot from it. But yeah, Doctor Who is freaking amazing. I have a TARDIS journal, which it's not the River Song one, but it's the front cover is just the TARDIS. It's awesome. I have a customizable sonic screwdriver that I'm actually holding right now.
Hey. Ow. Alex, I just want to take this time to discuss the fact that we were supposed to be talking about the future of Doctor Who and its impact,
Well,
and now we're talking about memorabilia that we own.
well, you know what? I'm such a huge Doctor Who geek that it's
It's worth it.
impacted me. Exactly. We need to get you to watch the new season just so we can
I
talk
know.
about that
Stop
again.
reminding me.
We'll do that, and then soon we'll get some guests on here, and we'll talk about. We'll continue this discussion with a guest.
So.
But no, Doctor Who. I can see Doctor Who lasting for. This is optimism. Maybe another 10, 20 years.
I mean, eventually, it's what I'm seeing out of the show is that the thing about Doctor Who is they had their 12 cycles, they had their 12
Mhm.
regenerations. Matt Smith was supposed to be the final one, but he was given a brand new cycle. If they recycle that idea, the story from there on out is just going to get bleh.
Yeah, the stories. I understand that Doctor Who is one day going to have to end. It's going to be a very sad day for me. I'll probably lock myself in my room and cry. But it's going to end.
But
it has to end.
I think that it's going to be absolute closure.
Yeah. Well, I think
Doctor is
the
going to
ending.
defeated the Daleks or Cyberman once and for all. That'd make a good finale. If they still exist.
I think the finale should be a movie, and I think it should be very, very epic. And it will be.
What could be more epic than it already is?
Oh, believe me, dude, it can get better.
Every Doctor Who episode is essentially a movie in and of itself.
Dude, the one that they aired last night was an hour and 48 minutes.
See?
And I really would love to see them continue that, because holy crap, it got really good. Like, an hour for the Doctor is not enough. It needs to be closer to 2 hours. They need to do Doctor Who like they do Sherlock. They need to make it an hour and a half
Right, right.
because you can do so much of Doctor Who, and he deserves more screen time, and not just because I just want to not stop watching
Because
Doctor
that's
Who.
the thing. The Doctor Who universe is so expansive.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the thing I'm seeing is that eventually ideas are going to be recycled. They're going
Yeah,
to
it's
run out
gonna
of
happen.
ideas.
I know it's gonna happen, but
And that's the day when Doctor Who will unfortunately start seeing its downfall.
mhm.
And maybe a year or two after the downfall starts, they'll probably end it. They'll probably
Yeah,
try and write an epic script, and it will probably be the best Doctor Who episode anyone's ever seen, but that's about when the show's going to end.
yeah. The day it ends, I'll be depressed, but they still have a lot of life to that. They
Oh,
still
yeah.
have a lot of life, and
Because Peter Capaldi is the start of a new cycle. They have 11 more regenerations.
mhm. Plus they have a new story arc to go with, which is again spoiler
Fine.
alert: the discovery of Gallifrey.
Yep.
Which, in my opinion, is about 10 years overdue. Doctor Who came back in 2005, so yeah, nine
It's hard to believe the
and
show's
10 years
actually that
overdue.
old.
Yeah, it's amazing that it's been back for that long. It feels like it's only been honestly 2 years.
Now, I'm not
But
gonna lie. When I saw the newest Christmas special with Matt Smith's Regeneration,
mhm.
I was kind of confused. Was he actually allying himself with the Silence?
Yes, he was.
Who were they trying to defeat?
They were trying to take out the ones that were trying to take over Trenzalore. They were trying to defeat the Daleks, and
Wait, so the Silence want Transalore to remain safe?
I'm not entirely sure. I have to watch that episode again because that episode hurt me. The only reason I really sat down and watched the episode was I wanted to see Matt Smith regenerate, and that's all I got from the episode.
It was confusing.
Yeah, I actually bought that episode on my Kindle, so I could sit down right now and watch it if I wanted to. So I might have to do that.
Because the Silence, I never really fully understood the Silence. I know, you look at them, you look away, you forgot you ever saw them, don't even know what. So they were trying to keep Transalore safe. I mean, are they actually ever villains?
They were in their first episode. They were villains, but again, I have no idea what. I think the Doctor allied himself with the Silence for Matt Smith's final episode. But again, I'd have to watch it and double check because I can't remember.
Well, Alex, final thoughts? I'm kind of out.
Yeah. Like I said, this conversation we'll need to have again in full with someone else because we'll need to add some more Peter Capaldi stuff because there's a lot I could add, but I can't risk spoilers right now, especially since you haven't seen it.
Yeah, me. I need to see it. I completely forgot that I was coming back yesterday.
Well, like I said, just check BBC America. It'll be on. I would venture to guess it'll be on again tonight. You can definitely check it. It should be on. It'll be on they usually next Saturday for the new episode they'll air
Right before the new episode.
right before they'll air this one and then the new one and then they'll air the new one again after it and then they might even do Deep Breath again. So if you can't watch it tonight, definitely next Saturday you can do it.
Right. Well, we're running out of time, so like I said, I have to watch it. Here's a quick question for you guys. Who is your favorite Doctor? Leave your answer in the comments below. And what can you expect to see from Peter Capaldi? Leave your answers in the comments below.
Try to keep it spoiler free if you can.
Please. We beg of you.
We will have, like I said, I'm hoping to do another episode on Doctor Who just because it's my favorite show and my favorite thing.
This conversation is
and
not
we'll carry it
over.
on. It's not over.
Anything
This
else to say,
conversation
Alex?
will just keep regenerating. We'll have a lot of Doctor Who conversations.
I see what you did
But
there.
I have all I want to add is if you're a huge Doctor Who fan and you would love to give your 2 cents worth of Capaldi's run, let us know. We'll put you in the episode because I would love to talk with more Doctor Who fans about this.
Yeah, just
And
leave us a message. We're always
yeah,
open for guests. So,
that's all I've got.
thank you for watching, and until next time, Geronimo.
Dang it, you stole what I was gonna say. I hate you.
All right.